Hey, what's up, everyone? How you guys doing today? It is Berkfamily54comics. I am Steve. Welcome to our weekly Powered Up comic book reviews chat. Today, it is on Sunday. We had some things going on Thursday, but we're hoping to run our full crew today here on Sunday for our Sunday night chat. Joining me, as always, is Dustin from 2BrothersComics. What's up, man?
What's going on? How's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing?
All right. I'm doing good. I'm wore out. I'm tired, but I'm here.
All right. So Ryan is going to be joining us hopefully in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. He's running just a little bit late, which is fine. Otto from 3 Minute in Basement was going to be joining us. Unfortunately, he had to cancel. So it's no problem. We'll get him on another time. He's awesome. I love his channel. They also do Lords of the Long Box, which is another great channel.
Yep.
I linked 3 Minute in Basement's YouTube channel below, along with obviously 2BrothersComics and everyone's Instagrams as well. Hey, Rod, how's it going, man? How are we doing? Southern Comic Geek, it is morphin' time. Are you guys ready? I don't think you're ready for this. It's morphin' time! So, yes. How's everyone doing? It's our weekly chat. We had Dustin in the house. He did put on his Power Rangers hat. That is what's up. Dude, they've been killing it over on the 2BrothersComics channel. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the videos you guys have done recently, most notably those live streams with some artists and whatnot, man?
Yeah, we've been busy. It's been getting wild. We've seemed like every week almost here lately we have had a creator of some sort from Mad Cave Studios has contacted us about bringing them on our channel, whether they have a book coming out or a book that just released or whatever it is that's going on. They're reaching out to us and they want to come on and do it like an interview style video, talk about what they're doing. The next one we're going to have, I believe the very next one we're going to have is going to be the main letterer from Mad Cave Studios, Mr. Justin Birch. And that's we're really looking forward to that one. He's actually going to do some live lettering on a comic book while he's on the stream with us. So that's going to be super cool. Definitely been enjoying those. We've got the What If show on Sunday mornings with Captain Comics. That's been going awesome. If you guys haven't checked that out, we actually have a giveaway going on for today's video. So check that on the replay. Yeah. And last night we did what me and Nick planned to do an hour live stream last night, and 6 hours and 40 seconds later, we finally tapped out.
That's insane, man.
And then we sat backstage with Bueller and Perry for another probably hour after that, talking and just kind of hanging out. So I went to bed about 6 o'clock this morning, was back up to do the What If show at 11, and been painting all day and trying to help my wife do a little bit of remodeling in the house here. So yeah, I'm beat right now.
I bet you are, man. I bet you are. You have to go back to work tomorrow.
I do go back to work tomorrow. Yep.
Dude, I got 2 more weeks off, man, because of all this scare with the coronavirus, man. It's getting real. Hey, Magic Lasso, what's up? Yes, I did message you that. He told me to message you when I went live. I didn't mean to do it in 2 different messages, but I did. What's up? Backseat Driver is back with us. What's up? Everyone's saying hi to each other. Okay. Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I just messaged you. Thanks everyone for joining us. This is our weekly chat. Hopefully Ryan gets in here shortly talking about what books we got this week. I was out of town. Yeah, good, cool. I was out of town in Omaha, going to the zoo, which is about 3.5 hours away from my house. Omaha Zoo. And so that is why I was unavailable on Thursday. We stayed the night. We came back the next day. I did manage to go to only one comic book store. That's all I had time to go to. It was kind of trash. I'll be completely honest.
Oh, yeah?
I did a video about it, but when I walked in, I'm like, okay, this place is not worth making a video. They did have a Hulk 181 that was like a 3 or 4.0, but it was missing the value stamp, and they wanted 1,000 for it. I'm like, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. But I did search around and find some good stuff. I'll show off my stuff first, then you can show off yours, and hopefully Ryan is in by then, and he can show off what stuff here. I'm gonna go full screen here real quick. All right, so I did not grab a ton of stuff because I'm still gonna make it to the comic book store that I buy from. Hey, what's up, man? In Topeka. So I only grabbed a couple books, just the ones that I wanted to read, and if I have to rebuy them because they're in my pull list later, that's fine. I grabbed Thor #4, which we're going to be talking about tonight. I think this is a regular cover. It is a regular cover.
Yeah, I wished I would have got that one. I ended up getting stuck with the Spider-Woman one.
That's nice. Yeah, 1,000 Bones. That's why I didn't get it. Yep. And then I did grab as well Flash 751. I grabbed the regular cover just because I liked it more. So those are the two ones that I did get. Also talking Power Rangers. I did not buy it because I know I'm going to buy it from the comic store I usually go to. And also, I decided to go ahead and try Comixology, and I've read it on there, which is the first time I've ever bought a comic book in Comixology, which I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. You can actually see the art like way better. It's way more clear. Like if you're scrolling through it, you can see it a lot better. It's like only one panel up at a time versus very like 2-inch panel if you're looking at it on a piece of paper. So I really liked that and enjoyed that. So we'll be talking about that. But I also grabbed, as you can see, I grabbed a box, something I've been meaning to get for a long time.
Finally in the club, man.
Finally in the club, baby. I got my Power Rangers box. They had him sitting in the corner, kind of like over by itself. And I saw it as I was about to leave. And I'm like, dude, I need this. And he said it was $15. I'm like, okay. But then I went to buy it, and it rung up at like $11.99 or $12.99 or something.
Yeah, that's usually what they are. Is about $12.99.
$15 plus tax.
Right on.
Those are the three things that I got. Let's see here. Oh, he's asking someone else if they're picking up the Brave and the Bold. Ryan, jump in here, brother. JDF is tough. Yeah, he is live on Instagram all the time. Okay. Let's see, did I miss anything? No. Okay.
Did you catch the video where somebody asked him at the con panel? I don't know if that's what they're talking about. If he thought he could beat The Rock, if he would use what Master Morpher he would use if he was going to fight The Rock. And that was pretty funny. I was cracking up about that. I played it for my wife too. It was funny. I think it was on his Instagram. So
I did not see that. But
it was cool.
I don't think he'd need, I think he would just be the Green Ranger. I feel like that's the ultimate like power you'd want to be.
Right. And honestly, like, this isn't me like, oh my God, Jason David Frank fanboy. But I mean, following the guy, throughout the years and knowing what he knows and the things that he's done professionally, the dude can throw hands for real.
He really can throw hands. He really can.
Yeah, The Rock's a big dude, but that doesn't really help you out a lot with somebody that can turn you into a pretzel, before you can really clinch your fist up real good. So, but it was all in fun. He talked about, his respect he has for The Rock and the reason being, and that was really cool to see that, because people always try to rile guys up and get them to oh man, I bet you could beat this guy up, and he never really buys into it. So he's cool.
The hardest working guy in the business is here. What's up, Discovery Bay? I'm glad you joined us, man. You are awesome, JB. Everyone sub him up. He does great stuff. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and show us your fat stack of comics?
I did.
In here.
Oh yeah, Nick's got to put his 2 cents in. Yep. So yeah, I picked up my Go-Go issue number 30, and I'm interested to talk about this for sure. So we got the last issue of Kylo Ren this week, and that was kind of sad. But I got the regular cover, but I forgot to grab it out of my box. But I did pick up this 1 in 25 that I was super.
Boom, dude, that is sick.
Yeah, super, super awesome. I was pumped about that. So my local comic shop hooked me up with that. Those guys, I can't thank Killer Finds Enough. Those guys take care of me on a whole nother level. So Darth Vader #2, that was a really good read again. Picked up Thor #4, and just like last month I messed around, didn't pay enough attention, ended up with the Gwen. What?
I was gonna say I don't like that variant as much.
Yeah, I mean, last month I messed around and ended up with the Gwen Stacy cover, and this month I got the Spider-Woman cover. And it's nothing against those characters, but they're just the money grab covers because they have books coming out this month. And I was like, they don't have anything to do with the book, and I didn't pay attention when I left, and I grabbed that one. They were out of the A cover for Venom by the time I got to the store, and I didn't have it on my pull list, so I ended up with the Spider-Woman variant. And but luckily, my other local comic shop out in Huntsville that Nick uses, they took care of me and made sure I had a cover A. Picked up the Scotty Young variant for Cable just because I really thought it was a awesome looking cover. Not sure I really have any intentions of reading it, but
that cover is sick though.
Yeah, it does. It looks really, really good. So
then
go ahead. I'm sorry.
They had that cover at the register as their top pick of the week.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right on. And then also this week, the writer, and I forget his first name, his last name is Hammer, for Adventures of Byron was at my shop. So I got a signed issue #1. You see the signature here. And I got the Mad Cave, the New York Comic-Con cover. This will be their New York Comic-Con exclusive, and this is the signed ash can, so I picked those up. And then I was actually at another comic shop yesterday I don't normally go to, and that was a really cool experience there. I got to dig through some boxes I've never dug through there, and I was holding books in my hand that I was pulling out of a box that were, $1,000 books over and over and over again. And so I put all those back, and I picked up some Go-Go variants because, as we know, Steve and Ryan have roped me into the Go-Go series, so now I'm all in. So picked that up for cover price. I picked that up for cover price.
Boom.
And you know what's next. You know what's next.
No. Oh, baby. Tell me you got that for cover price.
No, I didn't get it for cover price, but it is a 9/8 candidate without a press already. So
nice.
Actually, I think I only had to pay like 15, 20 maybe. I was
going to say over under $20. If it was 20 or less, I would have bought it too.
Yeah, and it goes for like 45 or 50 on eBay all day. And then in the dollar bins, I found a 90s issue #5 from the first Hamilton series.
I love it.
Had to pick that up. So, and then of course I've showed it off all weekend. I'm gonna show it off again. I came up with a big grail this week. So happy. My favorite character of all time. I finally got his first appearance. Not too shabby on the grade either. So got that 8.5 Iron Fist 14. So pumped about that. And so yeah.
Who's the first appearance of that for those people that don't know?
Mr. Sabretooth.
That's what I thought.
Right there. My man, Big Save, the nastiest supervillain to ever grace comic book paper. And I don't care what nobody says.
Nice. That's awesome, man. That is freaking awesome. I appreciate everyone for joining us. Berk family, let's see here. He says something. I'm ready to make my video for your contest. Should have uploaded it this week. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a contest right now, giving away something. Let me go ahead and grab it really quick. While everyone is in here.
Okay. So while I was at that comic shop yesterday, I had a really cool experience. I shared it last night on our channel, and I don't know how many people this has happened to, and maybe I'm making a little bit bigger of a deal about it than I should, but I don't know. It was the coolest thing in the world to me when I was digging through a short box yesterday, the one I was talking about. And I had someone come up and they grabbed me and said, "Hey man, I saw you when I came in and just wanted to let you know I recognize you, and I wanted to come over and introduce myself, let you know I watch your channel, and you and your brother do great videos. I love you guys." Awesome. and wanted to shake your hand and introduce myself. And I was just like, poof, like, no way, man, that, you know, the fact that someone would recognize you and, you know, tell you that they like your videos. Like that's awesome. I mean, it was really probably the highlight of my week.
That is freaking awesome, dude. There's really, I'm waiting for someone to say that to me. I did have a friend tell me that his child watches more of my YouTube channel than his own, because they have one about sports, and it's got like 1,500, 2,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And his son is like 7 or 8, and he said that his son watches my channel more, which made me feel really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I was talking about this earlier for my 700 and 800 subscriber giveaway, giving away 2 mystery boxes. Both have, hey, what's up, Captain? Or Captain, however you want to say it. Give away 2 mystery boxes with 8 comic books in it. One of them is going to have a slab in it, and that slab, I'm going to go full screen here really quick, is Deathstroke 33 variant by Francesco Mattina in a CGC 9.6. You need to go to my 700 and 800 subscriber giveaway video after this to make your comments, or you can answer some questions about it, or you can make a video where you get 3 entries and then comment a link to your video. I believe you have until, I think it's April 11th or 13th. It's like a Saturday next month. So you could win this. I'm giving away 2 mystery boxes, even if I don't get to 800 subscribers, because I'm definitely going to get to 700, because I'm already at like 686 or something like that. And last time I jumped up like 150 in like 2 weeks. So I went ahead and decided I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 giveaways in one. And this is the top prize that you could win, which is a pretty sweet cover, if you ask me. So after this video, go ahead and jump over to that and take a look. At least make a comment. And if you plan to make a video later, you know, that's fine as well. But that is my giveaway. Hey, Manuel, Manny, what's up, dude? We need to collab soon, man. You and Chino, we need to collab sometime. Let's see here. Figured it would be a good segue for a plug. Yeah, thank you, Backseat Driver. Appreciate that. Appreciate everyone for joining us. It's me and Dustin doing our weekly powered up comic book reviews chat. Ryan said about a minute ago that he is 5 minutes out. So
cool.
Here about 8:20, 8:25, he should be joining us to talk about our books. So obviously I'm not going to talk Flash with you since you didn't read it. Me and Ryan both read that. But do you want to talk Thor while we wait for him? Because he's a Power Rangers guy too.
Yeah,
so
let's do Thor.
He probably read Thor. He has some stuff on that. Here we go. Just gotten back in town. Glad I didn't stay. Crazy ass virus messing stuff up. It is, man. It really is messing all this stuff up. I got 2 more weeks off, so hopefully I don't have to teach in the summer, but I feel like I will.
My wife get her.
But it is what it is.
Weeks too.
I want to go a little bit tighter here so everyone can see us until Ryan jumps in. Okay, so Thor number 4. He has the variant. I have the regular cover. Written by Donny Cates. What are your initial thoughts on it, Dustin? I read it 2 days ago. Obviously, I remember everything that happened in it, but what are your initial thoughts on the book? I thought it was just another spectacular issue, and it felt like it did not play to the same beat as the previous issues. We kind of get something else at the end, which it always leaves with something else at the end. But
right.
This is really one of the characters that he's been friends with. It's something else at the end. So what is your overall thoughts on Thor number 4, or initial thoughts on it?
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was interesting how in the last issue, or excuse me, we'll go back to issue number 2, where we saw at the end we're going to get Beta Ray Bill, and in issue 3 they used that as another way to show Thor's power level now by just crushing this man. And then we get Lady Sif at the end of that issue, and then she's on here in this issue, and like they make her out to be like, you know, way strong, and to the point like, you know, she's able to, you know, he throws the hammer and then poof, it's gone. No, I ain't worried about that. So I thought it was interesting that they, you know, didn't continue on with Thor's, you know, making examples out of these characters that are showing up in the end with her. So I thought that was interesting, but all in all, I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm still really digging Thor, basically, in quote unquote, laying the hammer down on Galactus again in this issue and letting him know basically like, I'm in charge, you're not. We're gonna do things my way. I'm really enjoying that part of this. I think that's my favorite aspect of this whole entire story so far, is just Thor's power level is so out there that, you know, Galactus can't do nothing with this guy. Even as powerful as Galactus is, he cannot do nothing with this guy. And I'm just, that's the coolest part to me.
Dude, I loved every minute of this book. Like you said, Lady Sif, who now plays the role. What is that role where they're the gatekeeper of everyone?
I forget what it is, but yeah.
That's the role that she plays, that Idris Elba played in the movies, where, you know, they basically they can see everything that's happening everywhere, and they let people in and out of Asgard, which he sends his Mjolnir to Asgard, which lands, and it's really interesting. It lands right in front of Loki, and guess what Loki does?
Right.
He totally picks it up, but as soon as he picks it up, he also loses it, because obviously Thor calls it back and goes through all the different realms and comes back to him. So Ryan's going to be joining us shortly, he says. So anytime he should be joining us. I thought it was interesting. Obviously, he's playing that forward. Maybe he's going to be on a Loki series in the future or something. That's my guess based on what we saw. I liked the whole thing. I would have liked to see more Beta Ray Bill, even though he got his butt kicked last issue. And a little bit less Galactus. But if we're going to see that much Galactus, I would like to see more Silver Surfer. But still, I mean, this issue is amazing. They're going to different planets, trying to evacuate everyone and then destroy the planet so Galactus can feed, so we can fight the Black Winter, which finally you can see the Black Winter at the end. I kept thinking it's got to be Null the whole time. I'm like, it's got to be Null. It does not, to me, it doesn't look like Null to me, man. What does it look like to you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, and I mean, you know, who knows? I still think, I don't know. He's got to tie Null in somehow at some point to everything he's writing. So, to me, I thought this would have been a super really cool way to tie him into that. I don't know. I don't know, and maybe somebody in the chat knows if there has ever been a tie-in with a Venom and Carnage storyline, and Thor and Galactus and Silver Surfer and Ghost Rider and all these other books that he is writing and seems like he's building and you know, bottlenecking into one storyline or something. It just seems like that's what's going on. So I'm really interested to see how that happens. I think it would have been really cool to kind of let Loki play around with Mjolnir for a little bit.
You know, yeah, for real.
The havoc that could be created with him having that. I mean, that was, you know, I felt like that maybe it was a missed opportunity, but at the same time, you've only got so many pages in a comic book to tell your story. It did get the wow factor out of me, just the fact that he picked it up.
Yes.
So, you know, that it still worked. I didn't think the art, I know we've banged on the art a lot. I didn't think it was quite as bad in this issue. There was a lot of good artwork in this issue. We still had some weird Thor faces, like right there. You know, that's a bit of a.
Yeah, and this one of Lady Sif, I mean, straight looks like a dude. The person who's drawing it, is definitely better at drawing guys and girls because that does not look like a chick at all. But I don't know. I thought the art's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, like we got, you know, anything this guy's doing with Galactus, we picked up the same. Anything he does with Galactus in it has been awesome. I mean, if you look at, you know, this, he does a great job with these Galactus panels, and especially these full pages he does, and the splash pages. Okay, so there is a Thor Venom What If, I believe. Yeah, there is. But yeah, I really think, you know, he does great with anything in here so far that has Galactus in it. And, you know, in the previous issues, there were issues that I saw with his the way he drew faces, you know, has been kind of weird. But then he hammers out this panel of Galactus's face. Let me see if I can get it in there right there. And it looks really good. You know, it looks awesome. So I don't know. I think he's kind of hit or miss on his faces sometimes. But, you know, you get, you know, his splash pages have been really good so far in every book. So I think overall, this is still one of the stronger Marvel books right now by far. The storyline has continued to stay interesting. Donnie's done a great job of keeping my attention, and he's done a really great job with these last pages. Every issue, we have something on the last page. There he is.
What's up, Ryan? What's up, man? You are correct. Every issue had something on the last page, and this one did not disappoint. I'm excited for issue 5. Ryan, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. On vacation, so I'm kind of remote right now, and so I don't have any physical books to me. But I'm here and talk about some books. I didn't get to read Flash. I was trying to get you up and do that because I did read Thor, though. So I wanted to touch on that.
Yep, that's exactly what we're talking about now. Do you want to talk really quickly about what books you were going to grab or you are grabbing this week? I grabbed Thor #4, Flash 751, and I picked up Go-Go Power Rangers 30 on Comixology because I'm going to get it in person here in a couple days. And then Dustin had a ginormous stack of books. So what are the books that you were picking up or you picked up or planning to pick up?
Yeah, I did make it to the shop on, I think I made it on Thursday instead of Wednesday, but I grabbed Go-Go, obviously. And I grabbed The Man That Effed Up Time #2, but I was a little late, so I didn't have the first one, but I have had a chance to go back and read that. And then other than that, I picked up the other 2 books that I got this week were actually from the previous week because I didn't have time to pick them up last week. So that was the Chew, what's it called? Chew and Outer Darkness crossover from John Layman as well. And there was another book I grabbed, but I can't even think of it right now. But as far as what I've been able to find time to read the last couple weeks is I read Thor #4, Go-Go #30, and The Man That Effed Up Time #1. So that's kind of the 3 I'm excited to talk about tonight.
Awesome. So we are neck deep in Thor #4. We've talked about some art. We've talked about the ending. We've talked about Loki picking up the hammer. Talked about Lady Sif, Galactus, Black Winter. What are your overall thoughts on issue 4 of Thor?
Yeah, I've been helping take care of some stuff before I jumped on, but I have been listening. So I don't know. I think I came in a little hotter on this issue than you guys because I really liked the setup of Thor #1. And then #2 and #3 to me felt very like carbon copy of each other. And I was a little afraid that we were about to like continue to get like the same story every week. Somebody shows up at the end, so the next issue he fights them. And, you know, and this issue I really enjoyed because he completely shook that formula up. You know, we got to see Lady Sif, and they clearly stated from the beginning, like, she's not powerful enough to fight Thor, but she's not scared and she's not backing down, you know. And then her teleporting Mjolnir was just like incredible. I was really excited to see what was going to happen with Loki and all of that. And then he picked it up and I was just like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, it does leave leave the question of, did he actually pick it up, or was that just emotion in Thor calling it back? So there's still a little bit of a question in my mind as to what that all meant exactly. But I thought it was a really cool little turn of events, and then I thought we might see them take Galactus to eat one more planet, but they just pretty much wrapped it all up there with that, and the Black Winter showed up at the end, so I'm excited to see what happens in number 5. I thought this was a really great issue to shake up that formula that we've been seeing in the last 2 issues, so I'm excited to see where number 5 takes us.
I'm really excited about this series just overall. I did not plan on picking up Thor at all when it came out. Everyone said it was great, so I went and picked it up, and it's just been amazing writing by Donny Cates. Feels like everything he writes is just really, really good, whether it's Venom, Silver Surfer Black, Thor, Cosmic Ghost Rider, any of that stuff. I mean, all of it's just really good. Even the book
God Country.
What's that?
God Country.
God Country is the best.
I still haven't read it, but like I said, it's on my list. I hear so many people talk about it.
God Country is the best independent, non-Power Rangers TMNT book that I think has ever been written. So good. You guys both need to read it. It's amazing. Backseat Driver knows what's up. God Country is amazing. Yep. Hey, Chino and Manny are saying, what's up, Ryan?
Yo, what's up? It's been a while since I've seen you guys in person.
We're all there. I'm actually making a video, hoping to release tomorrow about how to collect comic books during the coronavirus. So it's actually kind of a fun video. You guys will think it's fun, at least. I hope so.
Yeah. I had to get out of the city. I'm down here in Brownsville. I'm going to Tamaulipas tomorrow. So, running away from it, I guess.
He says, sub me out since I have 700 subs. I think everyone in here has subscribed to me already. But yes, I am giving away this book. Both you guys need to enter my giveaway. We'll talk about that already. Okay. Thor number 4, really good. We both agreed that the regular cover is by far better than the variant cover.
And
at the end
we go into the storm.
Dude, at the end, he kind of covers his eyes right here. And there it is. And then just his hammer is lit up at the end. And Galactus, obviously. So I'm interested to see how they fight this Black Winter and what we know about the Black Winter. This whole time I'm thinking to myself, it's got to be, like I said, Null. It's got to be some sort of symbiote. But it kind of looks like it's not, based on how it's killing people, and how the bad guy looks in that last page. What do you guys think?
I'm confused at what it's going to be at this point. I'm looking forward to that reveal, but after this issue, I think I'm more or less looking forward to getting past that and getting on to the main event of Galactus and Thor deciding, they come to basically they make an accord and decide, hey, we're going to fight this Black Winter. And when this is over with,
we're going to fight each other.
We're going to throw these hands and hammers and it's going down. So I'm excited to see that because we've already seen Thor just wearing Galactus out. So it'll be interesting to see, when that fight actually happens. And if Donny Cates robs us of that fight, I'm going to his front door with it. I'm telling you.
Right?
No, he definitely knows what we're waiting for. So I don't foresee that. I personally am kind of beyond trying to predict what this Black Winter thing is. I'm sure it'll tie in somewhere. But what's really interesting to me also is Thor being able to give up the power cosmic. That didn't surprise me too much. Him being able to take the power cosmic back, though, that to me was really interesting. Galactus didn't give it back to him, right? He just took it from him. So that to me makes it a little more interesting too. That's a big shakeup.
That was another thing that we did not mention, and I'm glad you did, because he took it away from himself when he was fighting Beta Red Bill, because Beta Red Bill is saying, hey, you were under the influence of Galactus. And he goes, watch me. I'm not. He takes it away, still kicks his butt, and then he takes it back so he can fight the Black Winter coming and all of that. I think that was a really good point to make, Ryan, that he was able to take it back himself. That just shows how powerful he is compared to all the other people in the Marvel universe.
Well, especially the fact that now he is, he's got the power of Odin, because he's still got that without the Herald and being the Herald and having the cosmic powers. He's still ridiculous. He just Thor is ridiculous, but then you give him the powers of Odin, and then you throw on the cosmic powers. It's just like, Jesus, man, like what? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing with this dude. Where was this guy when Thanos was around?
Right? Oh. We got Iron Man here that says her name was Audrey. Okay, I thought it was Aurora. Okay, all right, bye-bye. My daughter's watching Descendants. So, Iron Man says we need to talk about Hercules joining the MCU. I've not heard anything on that, but maybe we'll talk about it later. Later, I'm doing a video. Okay, bye.
Yeah. The only thing I've heard on that, I've heard like a little bit of chatter about it, is because Hercules has entered public domain, right? So now Marvel can have their own version of that character because it's public domain. So I guess that does make things a little interesting, but I don't know. It doesn't shake it up too much, if you ask me. But I pretty much Thor is the only thing I'm reading in the Marvel universe, so I don't know a lot on that either.
What's up, Flash 6792?
Yeah, I'm only reading Thor and Savage Avengers, which that has been so good.
Yeah, Savage Avengers I've heard is really good. I haven't read any of it. Maybe I will, but we'll see. I might just pick up the trade.
I think the first trade dropped recently, or is about to.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Hercules joining the MCU. It doesn't surprise me. I'm more interested in seeing the Fantastic Four and X-Men and all that join the MCU, because that seems more interesting to me, building more teams, and maybe even doing different Earths, and maybe even another Spider-Man with Miles Morales. I think that'd be cool joining the MCU. So that, obviously, yeah, Dustin knows what's up. So I don't know much about Hercules. Cool character, but like I said, I don't know about it.
Yeah, I also think they've pretty much suspended everything right now. So not that stops them from doing planning and stuff, but I definitely think it puts a kink in how much they can develop going forward at this point until they get back on track with production and everything.
Yeah, no doubt.
Should we talk Flash next? Well, I guess it's just me. We'll wait till the end. It's for each of us to talk one other book individually. So let's talk Power Rangers. Sorry, Go Power Rangers number 30. Yep, Dustin is holding up. I'll go full screen here. That's the cover that I'm going to be grabbing when I go to my comic store.
That's the same cover I grabbed.
So yeah, it's a neat cover. You've got the blue emissary on the front. You've got the anime style Jason and Trini and Zach. So it looks good though. I was really hoping to get that album cover. The album cover variant, but my shop never ends up with those album cover variants, so it's all good.
Yeah, I would have picked the album cover if it was like $8 or less, but if it's not, then I'll just get the regular cover.
Oh yeah, those are incentives, aren't they? Yeah, I probably wouldn't pick them up if they were incentives then, because they are definitely a little more.
Yeah, I thought the album cover one was really good, but I also like the regular one just because I really like comic book covers that kind of like show you what's going on in the series or the issue, and I thought this one really depicted well, where we're at in this story. So I thought this was a really solid cover overall, but that album cover is a really good one too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Go Power Rangers was, like, honestly, we all know very predictable what was going to happen. They were going to show up. They're going to save Kaya. I mean, I guess it was kind of unpredictable. You weren't sure if you were going to see her full power level or not. And if she's going to know if she's bad or not. But I mean, pretty much right off the bat, you kind of know that she's bad news. And then you're also dealing with the whole fact of, Tommy and Kim and Billy, how they're reacting without them. They don't like it. They feel, at least Kim feels very suspicious of the whole thing. I'm interested to see if they're going to show the other 3 new Rangers at the very end of 32 or not, the Canyon Trio. So I don't know. I thought the book was okay. And honestly, I'm kind of ready for that book to end. I wouldn't have said that like a couple issues ago, but Go-Go right now is definitely superior just because they're in different, parts in the timeline. So we kind of already know what happens. So this is just building more just like background story to something we already know about.
And see, I didn't even really realize that at first. I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead, man.
Oh, no. I was going to say, I thought this was a solid issue. I think it was predictable. We knew what was going to happen. But I thought it was a really cool, send off for seeing the original trio, like in their original costumes one last time. I feel like this might be the last time we really see them as the original Mighty Morphin suits and everything. So I thought it was a cool send off there. It gave us the actual concrete backstory on Kaya and how all that went down. And so I thought it was a good issue. It was predictable. I mean, I'm not saying it was like a 10 out of 10, but I thought the writing was solid for something that we all knew what was going to happen. And I thought the ending, I really wasn't sure what they were going to find, but I was happy with what they found because that kind of gives a nod to what we're about to see go down. But ultimately, Go-Go, I feel like they should have ended it at issue 20 with the Forever Rangers one-shot. They could have ended that line. Necessary Evil could have been only Mighty Morphin office after Necessary Evil. I think that was a little bit of a mistake on their part because this timeline is getting really confusing, bouncing back and forth between books.
And that was what I was.
Go ahead, Dustin.
So that was what I was going to say is, because of course me just jumping on. I think where did I jump on it? Like 26, 27 with Go-Go. So I didn't really understand that Go-Go was being used to fill storyline holes, basically. So when they started, when I read this issue, I was thinking back. I was like, well, hold on, and I went back and looked at the Necessary Evil storyline for Mighty Morphin. I was like, okay, yeah, that because they basically just dropped the Omega Rangers into the storyline with no real backstory on what all happened with Kaya. So I was like, oh, okay, so now I understand what's going on here. So now I was able to look at it from that aspect and say, okay, now, this is pretty neat. I think my favorite parts out of this, and I don't know if you guys caught it, this one or not, but it is on the third page where they're showing Tommy and Billy and Kimberly are shopping together. And it's the second panel, and Tommy's standing there with a white shirt and a green shirt, and she's like, "That green is so last year." And I was just like, bravo.
That was amazing writing.
I like that. That was great. But this issue, to me, the character that stole the show in this whole issue was Squat. Squat was awesome. When have we ever in the TV show or any other comic book seen Squat? As the guy that is taking charge and, I'm going to handle everything from here on out. Don't worry, Lord Zed, I've got this. And, I thought that was really, really cool to see that. He's not that character at all,
No, and I think that kind of ties back to that Rita Repulsa issue where, they're going through their backstories or whatever. And you get to see Squat actually kind of be like an awesome villain, and really stand up for himself. And I thought that was a really good scene that kind of connected that to him being, stronger than we've ever realized.
Exactly. And that was really, really cool. I was glad that they did something to kind of throw back to that issue. I thought it worked very well. And I thought it was curious that Goldar just kind of went along with it because he's not that character to just let it go. Like Goldar is definitely when he's away, it's kind of like, the older brother, and when mom and dad leave, like, I'm in charge, y'all are gonna do what I say because I'm the
Right.
oldest and I'm in charge. And that's kind of how
Yeah.
Goldar is with these guys, where if Zed and Rita are not physically present, he's swinging his what around like I'm in charge and you guys better do what I say. I'm running this show. So I thought that was a little bit curious. Like I said, that he just kind of went along with it. But yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Does anyone have an idea what I'm about to show? I think this is on the last page. Oh, darn it.
Yeah,
This is on the last page. Here we go.
secret.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is on the last page. I'm gonna go full screen here. This is on the last page. Now, to me, it looks like the Sword of Darkness, but from like the Black Ranger axe almost. And it also kind of looks like one side of the Ranger Slayer's bow. So there's to me, there's three different things it could be. It could be obviously from Lord Draken's world. That's the very first thing I thought. It's got to be Sword of Darkness from Lord Draken's world. Or it could be from another world.
It's kind of got a dragon dagger feel.
What's that?
It almost has like a dragon dagger feel to me, like a dark dragon dagger or something.
Yeah, because it's definitely green.
It doesn't seem like a huge full size sword to me. And let me look at it again. I guess
It
I
definitely
guess
looks like the black axe though. It definitely to me looks like Zach's axe. Like if you look at the handle, not the the top portion, like that part, that definitely looks like the axe from Zach's. So maybe I don't know.
And wasn't part of a storyline where Zach was being kind of sought after by Rita and try to she was trying to bring him in before she grabbed Tommy. So you could be onto something there too.
Maybe it's from could be from the Ranger Slayers universe, the coinless universe, where maybe Zach did take the Green Ranger powers, and now it's his axe plus the Sword of Darkness together. Who knows? That's what I'm predicting. It's got to do something with the Ranger Slayer universe with Zach becoming the Green Ranger. That's what I'm predicting.
I definitely took it at face value as connecting us back to Draken. But yeah, now that you're talking about it, I do see the potential that could be from that storyline where Zach was taunted by Rita and could potentially be going over to the dark side and all that, because that was a big arc for his character to see him questioning and doubting himself. He's always been calm and cool and collected, and so that was a big part of his character arc and definitely stuck with me. So I could see something really interesting where there's an alternate universe where he did take her proposal and they're bringing that in now. That would be really cool.
So for those people that don't know, this is what the Sword of Darkness normally looks like right here. It's very long, so the handle is definitely different. And then this is his dragon dagger. Yes, I have a toy, obviously. So it feels like a mixture of that and also the Black Ranger axe. That's what it feels like to me.
So the next question is two-part question. Do we see this character in the Go-Go series or the Mighty Morphin series? And if we in what issue? I'm thinking maybe in the last issue. Maybe that's how Go-Go ends. Is we get this new character and then it picks up in the Mighty Morphin afterwards. Because I know in 50 we're supposed to get a big return, and we've already speculated on who we thought that was going to be, but
Ranger has already showed back up, so it's definitely not going to be that.
Right. I'm thinking maybe it ends up being Zed, because Zed is on the Chris Anka trading card variant for that issue, but that doesn't seem like a big enough. To me, that doesn't seem like a big enough character, because Zed's still being written in Go-Go right now. So that was the interesting part to me was, okay, this is really cool. When are we going to see this person? Because I feel like it would be kind of a waste to drop him in issue 31 or issue, what are we getting, 49 next. I mean, I feel like that needs to be a go-go finale or issue 50 start off or something like that. Because if it is that Zach, then maybe they're talking about, we're getting a character returning back from that issue where Zach was being taunted, like we were talking about. I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of possibilities. What do y'all think?
Well, here I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go share the screen here, and I'm going to show what it says about issue 50. So if you can't read it, so here's issue 50. It says the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Omega Rangers, along with surprise new allies versus the Anointed in the conclusion to Necessary Evil. Everything has been leading to the shocking return of a fan favorite character, so big that we needed a last page gatefold to contain it. But what does it mean now that Blank is back? So that is what we're talking about here. It kind of, it says now, along with surprise new allies, because it says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Omega Rangers along with surprise new allies. So that means multiple people. So who are we speculating on joining them, and then who are we speculating on who returns?
I've long time been gambling on them bringing back the Solar Rangers, because like I've said before, like I think it was a really cool concept. It just the writer wasn't equipped to handle it properly. So I've long suspected that we're going to see them return, and that might be the new book, because we know they're canceling, or I don't want to say canceling because that's not really a fair way to phrase it, but we know Go-Go is ending, and I'm pretty sure they have confirmed or at least hinted at another book spinning out also. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Solar Rangers, because I do feel like Boom is really trying to, kind of acquire their own license on the Power Rangers. I think they're happy to do stuff that is owned by Hasbro or whatever, but I do feel like they kind of want to like create something of their own to have their own kind of hand in the universe. So I've long suspected that's what we're going to get coming out of this, is Mighty Morphin going back to more of like the staple book that people have enjoyed. Meanwhile, we get this like new content with new Rangers with the more sci-fi vibes that we've been getting throughout Necessary Evil. So that's kind of my suspicion, is we're going to see the Solar Rangers return on that.
I think, because it says surprise new allies, I think that Zed and those other Babu and all those and Squat and all them are going to join the Power Rangers and fight Kaya as a Necessary Evil. And then they'll go back to being bad guys after that. I do also think at some point we'll get to Solar Rangers return. I'm not sure if it'll be this one or not, but I think the person that is returning, it's got to be Draken, right, Dustin? I mean, it's just got to be.
So here's my thoughts. I never would have thought the Solar Rangers until Ryan brought it up the last time we talked about this. And then I'd kind of been thinking about it, and then while we've been sitting here, I've kind of put together in my head what I could see happening. I could see it being cool. So we know Kaya has went through and released everybody from the jars that the Omega Rangers went around and collected all of these bad guys and these villains. They put them in these jars, and Kaya has released them. So Kaya has an army, and Kaya and her army are already something else to deal with. So we have them here on this side. Now over here we have our regular Power Rangers team. We have also got the Omega Rangers team. Now the surprise allies I can see returning being I'm sorry, I forgot what they were.
Solar Rangers?
The Solar Rangers. So now we have the Solar Rangers, we have the Power Rangers, and the Omega Rangers. And I can see Kaya somehow bringing Draken back. And it's final form Draken with Kaya and all these guys. Like, that's a formidable team right there.
Yeah,
It would cause a reason for all this to be happening.
Whew.
So,
and I think you're going to get something with how they're going back to where the Morphin Masters are. There's got to be some reason they're going there. I feel like going there is going to just power up the Power Rangers and make them even more like lethal than they normally are, which will help them fight all of those bad guys that Kaya has released. That's what I think.
And didn't we get a similar tease in Shattered Grid right before all of the Rangers from the other season showed up to help in the big final battle? Wasn't there some kind of solicitation that kind of referred to getting unexpected allies or something as well? So I can kind of see it being something along those lines, like they're bringing the Solar Rangers and stuff. But everything you guys said made sense. Like having Squad and Babu and Goldar and everybody join up with the Rangers to fight this overpowered anointed ones or whatever, that would make sense, Kaya and her crew. So I'm really interested to see what happens. I'm really, other than the Solar Rangers, I really don't know what to expect, though.
They better not bring the Turtles in here because, I mean, I'm enjoying that series, but they got to keep that separate. Don't bring the Turtles. Yeah. We don't need that. But
in my mind, that's a separate universe kind of thing, and I would not want it to cross over a crossover,
Right.
Well, what's sad to me is it's issue 50. It's the end of a story. It's not an oversized issue, though. I just looked it up. It's just a regular 32-page issue, which is sad to me. I wanted it to be an oversized issue. I wanted to read a lot about what's happening. So I'm assuming issue 49, it comes out in like another week or two. I think that book is going to have a lot of action in it.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. Like they would have already announced it if it was happening. But Shattered Grid had a special one-shot thing. Forever Rangers was a one-shot thing. So, I'm surprised they haven't announced a Necessary Evil one-shot to end it all.
And you're right. I didn't think about that. Because, sorry, Burke, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Go ahead.
I just said I'm surprised too.
Oh, because they said for the issue 50 that this is all going to be a big reveal on the last page spread. So to me, that opens up for like they did with Shattered Grid, where we could get one final issue that is just it is go time.
Yep.
And that be, some kind of, even if it's not necessarily an oversized issue, it could be like all the storytelling's done. Now it's time for this final battle to happen. I really liked how they did that with Shattered Grid. So I could see that being something cool that they could do. I'm still racking my brain, like everything that we just went over and discussed and the different scenarios. None of this incorporated what this new weapon we're seeing here has to do with any of this.
Right.
Thing. So it's crazy. Like I still feel like no matter what happens, it's gonna blindside us, and we're not gonna see it coming.
I feel like the Black Ranger thing is gonna just go back up in the Ranger Slayer one shot that's coming up. And I feel like that's only gonna be about the Ranger Slayer. It's gonna barely have anything to do with our current team or anything like that. They're building her own thing because everyone likes her so much, but I do feel like she's going to come back into the Mighty Morphin series at some point, and obviously. But I do feel like that book is just going to give a better backstory into that character, and that's why we're seeing that Zach, whatever thing that is.
Yeah, because we really don't know a whole lot about her.
We don't know what to call it. We call it the Axe.
Axe of Darkness.
Axe of Darkness. Yeah. Perfect.
I do feel like that's kind of the genius of what Ryan Perot has done here, though, because everything's been like so obvious, so on the nose that we all have separate sense, but there's like one monkey wrench sitting there that completely messes up each one of our theories, and I think that kind of expresses some of the genius in his writing. Is like he's made it obvious, but yet it's still not quite coming together yet, and that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys watch The Office. Do you guys ever watch The Office? Are you familiar?
Oh yeah,
A little
of
bit.
course.
So there was an episode. It was a Christmas episode where Michael is giving Dwight he got Dwight for Christmas. So Dwight has this package and it's just all these parts and pieces with no directions, and he's got to put it together. And he gets it done, and he's like, whoever sent me the parts to make this gun forgot, a bullet or something. And I kind of feel like that's what we're getting. Like, we have all the parts and pieces sitting here in front of us, and we're putting it together to make it, what to us it looks like it should be. And Ryan Parrish just sitting over here like, yeah, well, it's not a gun though, and then when we find out
it's like something completely different.
It's gonna be something.
That's a great analogy. I forgot about that episode.
So but I'm excited about issue 49. There's, that's the Green Ranger covers finally. I ordered one of the Chris Anka trading card variants through Boom Studios already, and my shop said that they tried to get one, but they're not sure if they're going to get it or not. It's a 1 in 25, but I definitely had to have that trading card variant. I've got it for all the regular Rangers, so I wanted to have him too, and looking forward to that issue a lot, and especially the covers. That one's been the one I'm most excited about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You guys got anything else you want to say about Go-Go 30 before we talk about one comic book?
You have all the cogs spinning right now in my head, so I don't have anything else to say right now. Maybe next week I'll have a million different theories, though, because I'm thinking hard about it all now. I'm going to go back and read some more stuff and try to put it together. I need to reassemble that gun into what it's actually supposed to be.
Right? Go-Go Power Rangers is in the bag.
Boom. All right. Who wants to talk about their comic book first? Obviously, I'm going to talk Power Rangers 751. Does anyone have a book?
Flash 751.
Yes, I'm in. My daughter is like freaking out over here, telling me she wants to look at something. Hello.
Hi.
Oh boy, she's picking her nose. All right, Dustin, do you have a book you want to talk about?
I'm going to be talking about Venom because I got a bone to pick with this book. But if you guys want to go first, that's cool, or it don't matter to me.
No, go ahead and take it.
Okay.
I'll go after you. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so I started Venom with the Venom Island story arc because it basically picks up right after Absolute Carnage. I mean, that's like the way I was talking. I think I was talking to Perry about it. I was like, you can read Absolute Carnage, you can read that series, close the last issue of Absolute Carnage, pick up Venom number 21, and the story basically continues from there. And it's been really cool because you've had, they're back on the original island where Venom took Spider-Man to kill him back in the 90s. And we're also, they're incorporating Dylan into the whole thing. Everybody's been waiting and specking, for, since like the middle of last year on when is Dylan Brock going to get a symbiote. And it's every issue of Venom has just been getting a little closer and a little closer to a little closer.
Dylan is his son, right? That son that the son didn't know that was his dad.
Right. And he knows now, but I think he found out in the last issue of Absolute Carnage when he found out.
Yep, he did.
And so with Venom Island, you've had Eddie Brock. He went to that island, and that was where he was going to destroy Carnage. And him and Venom were separated, and the two symbiotes are just having it out. And Eddie basically, just to kind of sum it up all real quick, he's in a bad way. He's freaking chopped off his hand. He climbed to the top of this tower to set off these sirens to separate Venom and Carnage because they bonded together. And Carnage was basically killing Venom from what I took from it. So, and then Captain America shows up out of nowhere in the issue 23. He puts Eddie in the plane, and they shoot a nuke back and blow up the island. And Venom and Carnage are both on the island, and it's like the whole island gets nuked. Boom. So this issue picks up with Eddie in the hospital. And Eddie is in the hospital, and he's sitting there. The first issue. I mean, you see, he's in a bad way. Then you find out, you know, they're talking about he's been in the hospital for weeks. And then Captain America and Iron Man and Captain Marvel are all sitting, you know, kind of whispering in the hallway. And then you find out Captain America comes in and talks to Eddie. He's like, you know, dude, you've been here for more like months. My first issue is, if this dude has been in this hospital even for weeks, are y'all really telling me y'all couldn't have cleaned this man up a little bit, changed his bandages, something? This dude been sitting in the hospital for months, still covered in blood. Y'all ain't got him sewed up no better than that and cleaned up a little bit? Come on now. What kind of hospital is this?
Right.
So Captain America, basically, he brings Dylan in. And they basically tell Eddie, like, hey, we know this is your son, but, dude, he cannot stay with you anymore. He cannot be around you. It's just too dangerous for him. So it's like Eddie just finally got his son. His son knows he's his son, and now he's being taken away from him. And Eddie is just going nuts. And they're like, no, you don't understand, dude. Like, it's way worse than you thought, because you've been out so long. You don't even understand. Noel is here. So we get a big splash page. Noel is here. And, you know, people have already been, you know, been taken out and being killed. And, you know, it's bad, Eddie. You don't understand what's going on because you've been down so long. And then they leave, and you see a doctor come in, and he's getting ready to put an IV in Eddie. And Eddie's so caught up with trying to, with being caught up in his emotions with Captain America taking his son away. And you see this doctor up here, right? You see the bag and the doctor, and it's an IV. Before I flipped the page, I was like, no. So there's your doctor in your IV bag. So now you see Cletus Cassidy has injected Carnage directly into Eddie.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. So Eddie is
That's
freaking
gnarly.
out.
Okay, now man.
So Eddie is freaking out because he doesn't understand what's going on. Then all of a sudden, Eddie understands what's going on. I'm not in the hospital. I'm still on the island. Carnage has got a hold of Eddie. Eddie's not even made it off the island yet. And so up to this point, I'm sitting here still like, this is awesome. This is great. I'm so pumped about this book right now. And we know that Dylan has this piece of a symbiote, and he's got the ability to basically he's like connected with Noel. And this symbiote allows him to see what's going on with Eddie and on the island, and somehow opens up this portal that takes Dylan to the island. Still awesome. I'm still with this issue right here. Then we see Dylan finds Venom. So him and Venom are having a conversation. And, you know, Villain is telling him, you know, you don't understand that you know, Noel has the power that he has, and you know, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, kid. And he's like, no, my dad needs help. You have to help me help him. You know, Carnage has my father. So then what happens? Dylan takes on the Carnage symbiote, or the Venom symbiote. So we do get it. Finally, Dylan in the Venom symbiote here, and it says, I am too weak, Venom says. And then Dylan says to him, it's okay, we're stronger when we're not alone. Now here's where he lost me. Here is when he lost me. So on this next page here, and I'm sorry I'm dragging this on, but it's crazy. He says, you know, if your physical form is not here, so I guess technically Dylan is not physically here, so I guess he still hasn't physically taken on a symbiote. But he says, since your physical form is not here, we do not have to be human in form. He says, we can be anything. And Dylan says, huh? And the next page, we get the Venom Swords Rex.
What the hell?
I'm like, what is
That's
going on?
Yeah,
Was that written by
that's
Ken?
out there.
Yeah, this is Donnie, and it just says, "Get the hell away from my dad." And he's talking to Carnage, who has a hold of Eddie. So I'm like, I mean, it looks cool. It really does look cool, but I'm just
Yeah.
kind of sitting here like, really? Venom Source Rex? That's where we're going. And
Venom
people
Source.
may be into it, but I was just like, it's cool enough just having the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Gotta have a dinosaur. That makes
Yeah.
sense to
That's
me.
interesting. Hey, come on, Strange. We're almost at the end of our chat here. We talked Thor #4. We talked Go Power Rangers 30. Now we're each talking one other book that we like that we picked up for our current reading. One book each. Normally, this is where me and Ryan talk Flash, but he did not get to read that yet.
Yeah.
What book do you want to talk about this week, Ryan?
Oh, yeah. While Dustin was going through that, I thought about the fourth book I picked up this week. It was King of Nowhere, which I haven't actually got to read yet, but I did pick it up because I want to check it out and talk shop with you on that one, Dustin, and figure out what's going on there. But the book I actually want to talk about is The Man That Effed Up Time #1. And that is published by Dynamite. It's written by John Layman, which y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk about him, but he has like 6 books planned for this year, and like 4 of those are brand new books. So I'm probably going to talk about him a lot more. The Man That Effed Up Time is, John Layman, his kind of like his masterpiece, I guess, is Chew, which is just like an amazing series, 60 issues, great stuff. The other book I know him for is Outer Darkness, which that ran last year and it's coming back this year. Another, I would call it a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
This book, The Man That Effed Up Time, I would say not a masterpiece. I feel like it's kind of just like a little project to keep himself busy. Pretty basic concept to it, but it's still like a really fun read. It's a very fast read, and there are like still interesting things going on. So the basic premise of it is, this guy that is basically smart enough and capable enough to work in a lab and help invent a time machine. He dropped out of college, so he's looked down on by his colleagues in this, where he's in a lab assistant, and they do invent a time machine. And so, you know, they're all talking down on him all the time. They basically call him Janitor Boy the whole time, even though he's like a lab assistant and he's just as smart as all of them. And so he kind of gets pissed off at the end of the day, and he goes to a bar to like get a drink or whatever, and he bumps into his future self. And his future self is like, look, you can fix all of this if you just go back in time. So here's a backpack full of things. Go back in time. And what's really cool about John Layman is he tends to like lean directly into everything you expect, right? If you went back in time and the main lab guy that talks down on you so much, he's dating your ex-girlfriend, the love of your life. When you go back in time, of course you're going to try to win her back before he took her away, you know? He goes back, and in this backpack's like a notebook full of notes that will help him basically fix where he's at in his timeline currently. But whenever he goes back to regular time, he messed up big time. Like, he goes back, and all of a sudden, like, there's a king of America instead of a president, and it is Abraham Lincoln the Sixth. And like, they have like these Genghis Khan style like police enforcers and stuff, and like, and so that's the premise, the man that effed up time. And he's saying like, I'm smart enough, I knew everything, I knew about the butterfly effect, and they set all of that up so perfectly, like he knows exactly what to do. And he comes back and it's all just like bonkers crazy, and he's going like, I don't know what I did, how did I, you know? And so he's trying to figure it out and escape, because now he's like almost like Idiocracy, where like he's unscannable, you know. So he's in this weird timeline now, and like the police are after him and stuff, because they're like, you seem very weird to us, you know. And so right at the end, basically he gets back to his apartment, which again, things are all like weird and crazy, and these time police show up, and they're like, yo, like, we know that you went back in time and you effed up time. You have 2 days to fix it, or else it's going to get really bad for you, you know? Like, we know you messed up the timeline. We're giving you 2 days out of courtesy to go back and fix it. And he's like, okay, I have 2 days. And then they spelled off this address. And he's like, yeah, I know that address. That's, that's where I was born. That's where my childhood home. And then you basically see these time cop enforcers go and pick up a baby that looks basically just like him, like an infant, and run off with them. So they're basically holding infant him hostage. Meanwhile, there's a future version of him somewhere out there that set all of this in motion with him. And you have the main guy that's like trying to fix everything and get back, back to the right timeline and figure out where he messed everything up. So, like I said, it's a quick read. It's not like super complicated. It means everything you expect, but it's so much fun. It's so interesting. The way John Layman writes, it's really creative, and the dialogue's just like really fun and very like humorous and stuff. While at the same time, like showing you a side of things where you're like, oh yeah, that could be like a really big problem, So I do suggest reading it. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be one of his like masterpiece series, and I highly doubt it's going to go more than like 4 or 5 issues. But like I said, this first issue was really fun. I'm excited to read the second one that I picked up this last Thursday. So I do suggest reading it if that's the kind of thing that interests people.
You said it's by Dynamite.
And what's the name of it again?
Yeah, it's called The Man That Effed Up Time, and it's spelled out like EFFED. Yeah, and they use foul language quite often, but it is also censored. It's published by Dynamite, written by John Layman.
And you said they're on issue 2 right now?
Yeah, issue number 2 came out this week. I read the first one. I was a few weeks behind on that.
I'm gonna look for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really fun.
Definitely look.
That is interesting. Speaking of time travel, my book is Flash 751. Ryan, have you read 750?
No, I haven't got to read 750. I didn't even know 751 was coming out because I was like just last week or something 750 came out. So I've totally missed the boat on both of those.
750 came out 2 weeks ago, and 751 came out the very next week. 750, there's like 6 or 7 stories in there, one of which is the ongoing story. The others are just one-off stories. As you can see, we got Godspeed and Barry fighting in this issue. We have Paradox in the issue. Since you haven't read either one, I'm not going to say too much about it, but essentially him and Godspeed do fights. But turns out it's all. I don't want to ruin it for you, but we do see Commander Cold. We do see Commander Cold, which you've wondered about for a while, how it's different from Captain Cold.
That's cool. Spoil away. I'm gonna read it either way.
But basically, Godspeed has been working with Paradox, but then it turns out he says Paradox, he says to Barry, I'm a double agent. He actually was trying to get Paradox to just tell Barry his whole plan while he's actually going to help Barry. So then Paradox gets mad and beats up both of them. And like at the end, you find out obviously, so you see here, I don't know if you can see that very well. He's saying, I only need you for one thing. He takes us to the cosmic treadmill to time travel. He beats up Barry so bad that it's insinuated that he's dead because Iris is saying you don't have to run anymore. He's in the middle of a field, either that or he's in a coma. Also, Iris, after seeing this thing from Commander Cold, she sees that the only person to ever beat Paradox is. Let me see if I can find this page where it says it. The only person to ever beat Paradox, Eobard Thawne, which is the reverse Flash. So, I think it's a really good issue. I've really enjoyed Flash since the whole rebirth. I have every single issue. Magic Lasso, why'd you choose Flash? What cover did you choose? Oh, I chose the 1940s cover of Jay Garrick. Thought that was really good. But overall, Flash has been amazing since Rebirth, and Ryan, I'm excited to talk to you about it when you start picking it up again. So those are our books. Those are our reviews. I appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. Didn't have that many people. We did have up to, I want to say 15 or 17 watching at one point. Now we have just about 6 or 7, which is fine. I appreciate everyone for staying, hanging out. Magic Lasso, Count Von Strange, Flash, 6792, Backseat Driver, Comics and Death Metal, Iron Man, Chino Comics and more, Manny, Chino, Mark Knapp, Nick from Two Brothers Comics, obviously. We have Dustin, his brother here. Captain Comics, Southern Comic Geek, Discovery Bay, Mike W. Rogers, Southern. Okay, I already said that name. Rod the Rican, and I think that's everyone. So I appreciate everyone for coming and hanging out. ICT Vinny, what's up, man? What's up? Like I said, I appreciate everyone for coming. Dustin, Ryan, I appreciate you guys for joining us. You guys have anything else you want to talk about before we say goodbyes?
No. Other than I guess check me out on Instagram, and lately I've been watching a lot of Super Sentai lately, Ryu Soldier, which is going to be the next season of Power Rangers. So that's kind of what got me into it, but it's been pretty incredible. I'm getting to the end of that, less than 10 episodes to go. A lot of storylines are wrapping up. So while I'm remote and I don't have access to a lot of physical copies, I read what I can, and then I watch a lot of Super Sentai because that's online. And so that's what I've been posting about is comics and Super Sentai. So if that interests you in any way, check it out because it's awesome stuff. Other than that, I'll just be posting on Instagram when I can because I am on vacation this week. So right now I'm in Brownsville. Tomorrow I'll be in Mexico for a while. Now I'll probably be back in Brownsville for a few days and then back to Houston for a few days and then back to work on Monday. So follow me on Instagram and check it out.
Are they going to let you into Mexico?
I was about to say, they were talking about Mexico was talking about closing their own borders.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck.
Yeah, well, so far they're still open. One of our relatives down here, he's a border patrol agent, so he's been. We talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, they're still open. There's no plans on their end, at least, to close it down. So we're gonna go see some family over there for a few hours tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I guess Mondays are always surprising, new news."
Right.
You guys have any picks real quick for next week's show? Obviously, Power Rangers TMNT number 4. What about the other things? You guys got any things you guys want to talk about next week?
Well, if you want to
not
know
even looked at a list.
If you guys want to know what our picks are, you can check out our very first Two Brothers Comics top picks video dropping tomorrow. We have never done a what we're reading this week or what books we're think are the best books of the week video. So we're gonna try that out. Do what?
I made my first video of my top picks last week. So
right on.
We're both jumping on the same bandwagon.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it works and see if people dig it. We went about it a different way, I think, than a lot of people do. So I really hope everybody likes how we're doing ours. This week we did have 5, so but it's not always going to be 5. I don't think. I'm not sure. Just we'll just have to wait and see. But hopefully you guys enjoy how we did it. We tried to go about it a little bit differently and just add a little twist on it. So I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pumped about it. I enjoyed doing it. So I hope everybody likes it so we can keep doing it because it was fun. I don't know. We'll see. But that's all I think we have going on. We've got a giveaway going on right now. You guys can go check our channel. We're doing a 750 subscribers giveaway. It's going to run through the end of March, which we got about 15 days left. So you guys go check that out. You were talking about the Super Sentai. My shop actually has the old Super Sentai Japanese White Tiger Zord in the box with all the Japanese writing all over it and everything still brand new in box. I noticed it the other day. It's in their case. They got it for like $150. I've been eyeballing that thing, but cool. It's pretty cool.
That's what's up. Yeah, that stuff is awesome to see it like completely uncut and unedited. It's crazy to see like how much we've lost in Power Rangers. Like how many unique things are there. So it's really cool to watch. It's completely different from Power Rangers. It will never replace my love for Power Rangers for sure, but it's really cool to see.
Right on.
So, like I said earlier, I have a top picks video coming out this week as well. Hopefully, I can shoot that tomorrow or tonight. And then I'm doing a video about how to collect comic books during the coronavirus. Kind of a fun video. So,
Clickbait. I said that's going to be the king of clickbait right there. I was making jokes with Harry and Nick saying, no, until all this clears up, I think like we could definitely rack up some views and some watch time if we just put coronavirus in every header of every video we do, no matter what it is.
Just like you shopping at the shop with a mask on.
Right. I'm
like
looking forward to
sanitizing your hands after you touch every book.
Wrap the comic books in toilet paper.
Right. I'm looking forward to the video though. I'm excited to see what this is going to be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. And I'm doing a giveaway as well. Talked about this earlier. Giving away this bad boy, Deathstroke 33, Francisco Messina variant CDC 96. So check out my 700/800 subscriber giveaway video. It's on my channel. Also, I have a video that's about to hit 5,000 views, which is pretty awesome for me. It's about what comic books you should invest in 2020. So if you've not watched that yet, check it out. Get me over 5,000 views. That would be awesome. And yeah, sub up everyone up in here, everyone in the chat. Some Comic Book Hunter, thanks for joining us late. Two Gun Pedro, appreciate it. Mark the Cuddy Sack, appreciate it. Or Sark. Thanks, everyone.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Also, I am working on writing a pirate comic book, so
do it.
Ooh.
All right, Ryan, just say bye, then Dustin, and then me.
Awesome, yeah. Check me out on Instagram, Nuexguy, Nuexguy. Same thing on Twitter. So if you use Twitter, follow me there. And then I appear in Berk's videos here and there on his channel, usually the live shows like this. So yeah, just follow me up. Super Sentai, comic books, and whatever else is going on in the world, which mostly seems to be this COVID-19 coronavirus thing. So plenty of jokes about that to go around too.
For sure.
And you guys know us, Two Brothers Comics. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we got our YouTube channel. Check us out. Check out our giveaway. Make sure you guys check out that video we're dropping tomorrow for our top picks. Let us know what you guys think, because if nobody shows interest in it, we're probably not going to keep rolling with it. So, and I want to keep rolling with it because I enjoy doing it. So you guys make sure you go check that out. Check out the giveaway. And as always, collect your way.
All right. I appreciate it for joining us. Ryan, Dustin, everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us. As always, for our weekly chat, hopefully we can get back to doing it on Thursday. If we have to do it next Sunday again, that'd be fine as well. We'll figure it out. But I appreciate Dustin and Ryan for joining us again on Berkfamily54comics. I'm Steve, Superpower Hero Reviews. You have to check it on the rewind. Thanks for joining at the end. And remember, go cat.